Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Pastor Princess Cooks. Hi there. Happy Easter and happy Passover. Do you know today is the most religious day on the Jewish calendar? And yesterday was the most religious for Christians. And next week will be Easter for Orthodox Christians. Get that? Okay, who cares? Well, you should care. We're living in a multicultural society. Besides, this is Toronto. Anyway, nice to see you again. Well, I am making an interesting dish. As I mentioned last week, it was going to be a fusion dish. First, as I digress, what a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And I am cooking something interesting. Oh, I can see it from here. Kind of, sort of. Anyway, let's get back to food. So, hope you had a wonderful Easter celebration with your friends and family. And remember, you are lucky to have a family and friends to celebrate with, because not everyone is so lucky. Okay, now, let's talk about what I'm making. Last week, as I mentioned, it was going to be some sort of a fusion dish. That's right, fusion. Where we join a couple of cultures together. Kind of, sort of. Ackee with pasta. Yes, I know. And are all the Jamaican people rolling their eyes like this? Go ahead, because you're going to like it. Of course you will. And the rest of people, you will like it also, if you haven't already tried it. So, here goes Mr. Ackee. There. See? Now, a bit of history about Ackee. Ackee is Jamaica's national fruit. However, the Ackee tree is not endemic to the West Indies, just like blacks are not indigenous to Jamaica, for example. The Ackee tree came from West Africa. They had another name for it, but I'm not too good at other languages except English, so I won't even try to pronounce the name. So it was introduced to Jamaica during the 18th century from West Africa, likely from Nigeria. And as you know, as it is said, or it is known, that many slaves from West Africa were taken to Jamaica in particular. So let me just say this, for the Jamaicans and Nigerians who hate each other. Okay, on with the food. Enough about the history lesson. So the Ackee fruit, as it's called, which I think it should be a veggie because I'm cooking it, but what do I know? I'm just cooking because I'm the pasta princess, and I'm here to, well, make all sorts of interesting dishes for everyone. So, the Ackee itself, it grows in a cluster of usually 3, and it's red, and it has seeds, black seeds, and the fruit, the part that we eat, is yellow. So let's get over to the stove and see what's going on. Oh, and as usual, I'm going to show you my flowers. Yes, indeed. That's right. You're not getting away from them. See? Well, you know, they could look a little bit better today, but hey, they've been sitting there for a while. Okay, let's get over to the, shall we say, the stove with my can of Ackee. I should tell you that other brands of Ackee is also available. Grace, for example, makes a great can of Ackee. Okay, now here is the frying pan with some oil, and the brown thing that's at the bottom of the pot is actually some jerk seasoning. Yep, I poured some seasoning in the oil while it's being heated. So now let's get over to the counter. Alright, now here is a piece of codfish. Yes, codfish is sitting on the counter. That's after it's been soaked overnight, so it's been soaking for at least 24 hours. And here's some chopped up scallion. Scallion looks similar to green onion, but it's not. Most people, you know, eat green onion without cooking it, whereas with scallion, most of us, we cook it, or, you know, you should anyway, before it's eaten. And pieces of codfish, the soaked codfish, and some sliced onion and some pieces of Roma tomato. So this is what it looks like: onion, tomato, and the scallion. The scallion, the bottom, tends to be brown or reddish, I should say, purplish. Okay, now let's get over to the stove. Now my hands are fairly clean. I'm just gonna rinse them again quickly, or one hand anyway, while I make my way over to, well, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. Anyway, to the stove, put some scallion in, and back to the counter. Please don't get too dizzy. I'm so sorry. So that is cooking as we speak. And next we're going to add, you know, I'm going to try and get this over here. Alright, so it'll be closer. Sorry, I should have done this before, but hey, remember, there's no production staff. The princess is doing it all by her lonesome. So then, I put some onion. That's all of the onion in the frying pan. So, and while it's cooking, stirring it a bit so it doesn't get all too brown. Now remember, the codfish itself is half cooked, so it doesn't need to be cooked for a long time, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, so this should be cooking, or it should cook for a while. And then we will add the codfish. So, trying to start this thing ahead of time, which is not easy, but anyway. So the Ackee itself, this can of Ackee, I drained it. So this is what the Ackee looks like. See, nice and yellow. And I drained the water, as I normally do with stuff that's in the can, and slightly rinsed it. Yes, I'm slightly anal. Sorry. Okay, so the onion is looking good. We don't want to turn the stove up too much. So there we go. And then we're going to add pieces of, or should I say, the codfish. Yep. And then the Ackee is going to be the last addition to the stove, to the pot. And for the rest of the jerk seasoning, I'm just going to sprinkle, sorry, just to give it a bit of a kick. There we go. So it's the jerk seasoning that's the dry rub, not the liquidy one. Although I imagine you could put the liquidy one, but I prefer not to. So, smells good. So we have our scallion cooking with our cooking onion. I'm always tempted to say white onion, but the white onion itself is, the outside is very white, whereas this onion, the skin, brown. Or, well, I call it brown. Anyway, let's stir up. There we go. Some people actually put pieces of garlic, but oh my goodness, I just didn't get to the garlic. I just did so many things to remember. Okay, so there we go, cooking. Now, we will add the Ackee. There we go, to the mix. And then we can stir it. Now, when I say fusion, it means that the Ackee from, for now we'll say Jamaica. The onion, well, that can be from Toronto. And the scallion, well, that's likely from, I'm not sure. Sorry, Caribbean, Mexico, who knows? Hey, I don't want to get into trouble. And of course, these Roma, slices of Roma tomato, well, I would say they probably came from, I don't know, up north in somebody's greenhouse. Well, anyway, you get the picture. So there we go, and you're going to let it cook for a bit and simmer. Now, like I said, the codfish does not require much cooking. So, meanwhile, what else do we have going on? Well, what else? Pasta, of course. So, I was just thinking, for the women who do most of the cooking, I'm not saying women does, I'm saying for the women who does most of the cooking and they're fed up of making dumpling. Now, what a substitute. Yeah, isn't it? Well, it's flour. I know. I must be crazy, you're saying. So says the Jamaican man. Was she crazy? No, sweetie, I'm just saying. Because, for example, women with nails like these, I don't want to be making any darn dumpling. Look at them, huh? You crazy? No, baby. And yes, they're mine. Yes, they're kept very clean, so don't you even worry about that. Okay, back to the stove. See what's going on. Oh, yes, it's the cooking. Oh, yes. Okay. Now, you don't want to stir too much because the ackee itself is somewhat delicate. Yes, quite delicate. Well, maybe not quite delicate, but, you know, kind of delicate. So we are ready to serve it. And this is what we do. It's placed on the plate to the side. It smells delicious. So, for the people who love ackee and love a good West Indian meal, here we go. And also, in terms of fusion, as I was saying, I was going to add pieces of bacon, but, you know, I thought, well, we have enough codfish. So, here we go. This is what it looks like. So you've got ackee with pasta. That's right. And these are large shell pasta. Okay. So you may want to try it sometime. Alrighty. I'm taking some to work for my Greek friend. She loves this stuff. Oh yes, and for my Nova Scotian friend, of course. Okay everyone, this is the Pasta Princess saying au revoir and happy Easter to you all. See you later.